How's it going today, guys? Trucks and Water here. And there is no Brokeback Mountain stuff going on in this vlog. I swear, Kevin and Hunter like to come up here early and say they're gonna hide from me, but they're just doing, Brokeback Mountain stuff. But in all seriousness, guys, when this video comes out, either they've already had it or they're about to have it. Hunter and his wife Ivy are having their first child. It's a baby boy. Huge congratulations to them. If you are watching it, guys, I am overwhelmed with joy and happy for you all. Can't believe Hunter's going to be a dad, but it's all part of that God's plan in life and the part of life. And introducing someone maybe in the future, way off in the future, they'll be part of the TW After Hours family and Trucks and Water and all that. So, again, huge shout out to them, guys. But in today's video, I'll be going over, is electric dirt bikes the way of the future? Are we going to get rid of gas motors and go all electric? Or is it going to create a reverse effect? And there'll be some parts where I sit here and talk to you all, then we'll hop on the bike and do a classic dirt bike talk and go rip. But I think you'll be interested to see what I have to say, because it might surprise you. So, what I'm basing this off of is the new Stark Future Stark VARG Dirt Bike. I know you've all probably seen it on some YouTube videos or on social media or stuff like that. It's a company coming out with this all-electric dirt bike. And it's got up to 80, so the equivalent is you can program it or tune it or boost the electrical power up to equivalent of an 80 horsepower dirt bike, which the top 450 stock off the showroom floor is right around 60, 62-ish horsepower. Now you can mod them, bore them out, do some different stuff to them, stroke them, stuff like that to push that 80 horsepower mark. But that is absolutely freaking nuts that it's 80, you can bump it up to 80 horsepower. Now, they're saying the charge time takes 1 to 2 hours. And the range is up to 6 hours, which that's where I'm going to be skeptical at, is that. Now, it does have more than 100 different ride modes, apparently, and it has the adjustability of the power curve, engine braking, flywheel effect, and traction control. So, this is where I get kind of skeptical, because the 6-hour ride time, what is that based on? Is that based on motocross tracks? Is that based on a supercross track? Is that based on trail riding? Is that based on flat desert riding? Is that based on, like here in East Tennessee, where our trails are up and down ridges, up and down mountains, it's not flat at all? Or is that just based out in the desert? I do not know. And that's where my main concern is on that. Because here's my thing, guys. I'm out on the trail, right? Riding my dirt bike. My dirt bike, my 2006 Honda CRF 250R, that's been basically the stage 1 motor build. So everything done to this motor except for a big bore kit. It has to run 110 octane race gas, because the way the piston compression ratio is and the valves and all that stuff. But anyways, say God forbid I didn't check my gas before I went out and rode, and I'm about to run out of gas, and I'm miles into a trail. One of the trail systems we have, we're allowed to drop in onto a local town to get fuel and food, but we have to go back on the trail. So worst case scenario, I can go to a gas station and fill this thing up with 91, 93 octane, God forbid if they only have 87, and get myself back to the truck and trailer or whatever, back to my truck or whatever the case might be. If you run on electric power on your dirt bike, you're not carrying a spare battery on you probably because they're so daggum heavy. You're kind of screwed. So you're either being towed back, left out there in the woods or wherever you're at, or you're pushing the bike back God knows how long. That is my thing, because they say on the website it's got a similar range to a 450 and a full tank of fuel. So yes, they probably does have the similar range, but when you run out, unless you're right next to your truck that you swap out batteries or plug it in, charge it back up and get back out, you're kind of screwed. And plus with this, if you run out of gas on this and you just fill it back up. Whereas in if you don't have an extra battery, you're down 1 to 2 hours waiting to go back out. I mean, don't get me wrong, this does open up a lot of possibilities, as in like riding situations where you can ride and stuff like that. So let's hop on the bike, we'll get out on the trails, and I'll talk to you more about it out there. Hop on the bike and go for a little rip ski and talk about this new electric bike. I'm on the fence about electric bike, and I see what the good is, but I also see what the cons are. So let's go over the good real quick. So it will open up a lot more riding potential for the entire community. It's kind of one of those things where as society advances, now I don't agree with the way this society is advancing right now. That's a different dirt bike talk for a different day. I don't think it's going the right way. Now, that being said, like if you like, I am very privileged to be able to ride on a 160 plus acre horse farm whenever I want to, within reason, of course. I can come out here, I can ride, I can just get on the throttle like that, not have to worry about neighbors, not have to worry about anything of that nature, and I just freely go, you know, ride around, do fun stuff like that. If you don't live in a place like this, or have access to a place like this, or trails nearby that you can ride a gas-powered dirt bike, especially like a full-blown race bike like I've got, squirrel, full-blown race bike like I've got, then a dirt bike, electric dirt bike does make a lot of sense, you know, because you can ride in more places. You can ride it in your subdivision, at your house when you have neighbors, and stuff like that. Just a side note, it is such a gorgeous day out here in East Tennessee. Like, honestly, it's such a damn gorgeous day. But anyways, that is one good thing. And then the whole like urban moto thing is taking off. Now, I'm not promoting it because it is not legal in most cases, but it is cool as shit. Like Kobe Raha and all them, they do some amazing stuff. So, second gear, little loose. Mother of God, this bike is just stupid quick. Another squirrel. This bike is just absolutely stupid quick. The urban moto stuff's really cool, like you see in Los Angeles at the river over there, them jumping stuff. You know, that's where that bike's really gonna shine, because especially the programmability of that electric motor going from like no horsepower whatsoever all the way up to 80 horsepower, which is 9 times out of 10 so much overkill than what you usually need. But if you can learn how to use it, the possibilities open up so much. Because, you know, most of us are used to riding 250s, 450s, 252 strokes, stuff like that, 302 strokes, stuff like that. Little pop jump. So I can understand the coolness of that, and plus in indoor events like arena cross, even supercross, electric bikes would probably take off because of no emission, no noise, not gonna bother anybody type deal. It's kind of almost like the drag racing effect, where you get a drag racing strip in the community, people will bitch, moan, and groan about the noise. Drag racing community takes it out, or gets taken out, and then people go back to street racing, and people complain about that. So it's a never no-win situation. The pond's looking really good though. It's like a no-win situation, so I'm not entirely sure how that's gonna go over. The electric dirt bike in that sense, and my throttle is sticking. Great. Okay. So, sorry guys, my grip was being pushed back to the handguard. So, what I kinda, my pros and stuff like that is kind of like, it opens up the possibilities. Now, is a lot more illegal activity going to happen with these bikes? I think so, because of the fact that they're quiet and you can get away with a lot more stuff. But we'll have to see. Now the cons. Major cons like this. Like, there's no replacement for the sound of a dirt bike, especially a full-blown 4-stroke race bike, or a 2-stroke, or like anything of that nature. I mean, you can't replace that. Like, there's There's something about it that you will never, ever, 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 ever replace. And for longer motos and longer events like Baja and stuff like that, I don't think an electric bike's gonna work out until technology catches up to where the batteries last 24, 36, 48 hours, stuff like that, of hard riding. Up this nice little hill right here. Whoa, she wanted to stand up right there. Oh yeah, that's where I'm kind of at, guys, is, do I eventually think electric's going to take over? 100%. The way technology's going, it's going to be a long time, though, because not everyone's on board with it. It doesn't have the range of technology at this moment to do that. I really do think when this new Start bike comes out, they're going to have some issues. Because I think people are going to think that you don't have to maintenance them, which is not true. It's still a dirt bike. It still gets exposed to the elements like a gas-powered one. I just don't think people are going to be like, oh, I don't have to maintenance it. And then boom, the electric motor blows up, battery shorts out, you know, where the case might be. Like you have, now granted, we have miniature explosions trapped between our legs, but we've had decades upon decades of refined research to where 9.9 times out of 10, these are not going to explode and catch fire. God forbid that lithium strap between your legs gets overheated and catches on fire. You got a ticking time bomb between your damn legs. And that's the kind of a scary thought if you think about it. I don't know. Would I like to have one to see what it's like? Of course, I would love to see what it's like. But as my primary everyday rider, no, I'm going to stick to my 250. I really don't know. I want to know your all's opinions down in the comments. What do y'all think about it? Do you think it's going to take off? Do you think it's not? I honestly have no idea what it's going to do. So like I said, want to hear your comments down below, see what y'all think about it, see what y'all have to say about it, and then we'll go from there. But if you enjoyed this video, guys, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. We're always constantly growing, changing, trying new and better things. So if you like what you viewed and stuff like that, please leave a like, a subscription, or a subscribe, please. Other than that, never give up on your dreams, guys, and always do what you love.